And obviously we looked into the Gracie family and watched the early UFCs and that kind of thing. And we looked at Hickson, I remember, and realised that Hickson was very seldom at his academy. So the best bet seemed to be going through to the Gracie Academy in LA. And at the time, it was... Horian was teaching a lot. And Hiron and Hanno were teenagers. They were... I can't remember what belt they were when we were out there. I remember their younger brother was a blue belt. But they certainly weren't black belts yet. And we said, let's do it. So first time we went there was 2000. And we had an amazing time there. It was a bit of a shock. Coming from Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, you realise there's nothing wrong with the classical arts, nothing at all. But Japanese Jiu-Jitsu was very much, you're chasing all these different praise, and you're not really going to get any one of them. There was the formal stuff. There was the kata. There's all the throws from judo. There's the stuff with the weapons, the bow, bokken, tanto, tanjo, and grappling made up, I don't know, probably about 20% of it.
Really? Is it that little? Because I was going to ask you what the differences are, because Masahiko Maeda, Masahiko Kimura, it was Mitsuki, yeah, exactly, sorry. He came from Japanese Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes.
And then went and started with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes.
And I would have thought that the two are very similar, but you're saying they're not too similar.
No, and it was, I think because you're trying to cover so much, there was forms in there, and there's a big classical element to it as well. And I think because you were trying to cover so much, you found yourself not being an expert in anything. And it was a beautiful art. I mean, basically the original Japanese Jiu-Jitsu was the samurai art.
Right, okay.
So there was a number of things that were kind of, if you're a samurai, you're going to be bigger and stronger than everyone else. You're going to be wearing armor. So it kind of relied on you using your strength and those kind of attributes.
Right.
And having weapons and all these kind of things. So, I mean, it's a beautiful art, but it didn't prepare us properly for grappling like BJJ. What we found is as soon as you start BJJ, it was a different mindset. And there wasn't as much etiquette as well. You know, I remember first time we came there, we went to LA and bowed onto the mat. And Horian was on the mat, and he said, "What are you bowing for? I'm not Japanese." Hey, and he slapped your hand like this, like, "This is cool. I like this."
Yeah.
And then rolling. You know, I remember a guy called Keith, the blue belt, and he said, I rolled. And this guy, Keith, tapped my hand and then kind of just lied down like this. And I'm thinking, what
are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
And it was, and then I realized I went in there aggressive, and then he just gradually worked his way up into a good position, then took an armbar or whatever. Like, okay, that's the mindset. The mindset's very different. In fact, there was a young lad, I can't remember his name. God, it would have to come to me. And I'm sure Horian would do this all the time. And you'd go, just roll with that little kid over there. And this little kid just took us to pieces. So it was kind of a nice demonstration in a way that, okay, so the way that we've been taught is only a very small part of it. And the way I try and communicate it sometimes is Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, you've got a tree when it comes to grappling. You've got a tree with, a few main branches. But with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, there's branches off of those branches and there's branches off of those.
Right.
And that's the way it seemed to be from my perspective. So we knew the basics. We knew the guard, we knew the scissor sweeps, we knew the arm bars. But there wasn't that much detail in it like there is in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. We started there 2000, and then we would go back regularly to LA to train with the guys.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that clip, I've got another one for you over here and over here. Please don't forget to subscribe over here and have a look at my other socials down in the description box below. Thanks for watching.